Hello, everybody. Welcome to Podcast Period, the internet's stupidest podcast. My name is Ben, and with me today, as always, is my co-host David.
What's up, guys?
We've got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about all about Steam or Valve's new hardware announcement. We've got a fun article from our friends over at AT&T. We've got a Reddit story that we're going to read for you guys, and some trailers that we're going to react to, which we'll get into in that part of the show. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so first things first, I think the most exciting hardware announcement that anybody has had in a long time. Valve just announced, like, within a couple days of us recording this, a new Steam machine, a new controller, and a new VR headset. So if you haven't seen it, the Steam machine is it's basically it looks like a freaking GameCube, basically, without the disk drive. It's basically a Steam Deck without a screen, except it's supposed to be what, like, I think they said like 3 or 4 times as powerful as the Steam Deck. So that'll be interesting to see when it actually drops. I am hesitant only because I saw somebody on TikTok earlier make this argument. They say that they're going to price this thing competitively. We don't know necessarily what competitively is going to mean.
Yeah.
The specs, looking at this, are pretty healthy. It's an AMD Zen Core, 6-core, 12 threads, up to 4.8 gigahertz. It's a semi-custom AMD RDNA 3 with 28 compute units and 8 gigabytes GDDR6 VRAM, 16 gigabytes of DDR5, and it comes with a 512 gigabyte SSD or a 2 terabyte SSD, and a micro SD slot for expandable storage, apparently. I feel like they really need this to be like around $400 or $500 when they drop this, or else it's just gonna fall flat. The Steam Deck was in a unique position because it's a portable computer, and the only competitors that they had in that space are the Nintendo Switch and other, like, portable computers, which were basically around the same price that they launched this at.
Yeah.
This, they're competing with actual consoles. They're competing with the Xbox Series X, which, granted, now is not that affordable. I think they've raised it to what, like $600 or $700, something like that.
If it stayed at 6, though, I would argue that this is definitely the better choice. It's Zen 4 cores. I don't think you got the 4 in there. It's basically equivalent to the latest 9000 series desktop GPUs from AMD, a 5 series, like a 9600 or something like that. But the Xbox is, if I'm not mistaken, it's still based on Zen 3, or God forbid, like the 2.5 refresh that they did, like an in between level, like.
Yeah.
But that's still good. But I don't think the CPU necessarily is going to be the big drawback for those. That's an old, at this point, that's an old, outdated architecture for a GPU. The video is what's going to hold everything back. This is running modern RDNA 3 compute units. It's only 8 gigabytes of VRAM. That's a little disappointing. It probably would be better if it had like 12 or 16, but at that point,
I think 12 would be more reasonable at this point.
I agree, but at that point, it's going to be Steam. So it's not a computer per se, but it's if you start throwing those kinds of specs into it, the 12 or the 16 gigs of VRAM, or even give it like 32 gigabytes of regular DDR5 or something, you're gonna get close to PC specs. And you're right. Where are you going to get the cost at? You got to be competitive.
It is.
Otherwise, just get a PC.
They've said that you can put whatever you want to on it.
Whatever you want on it. So, like, you got to be careful. You price it too high, you're basically at PC. You might as well get a PC. What are they going to be competitive with? Consoles? I don't know if consoles are going to be the loss leaders that they used to be. Like, Steam doesn't have game advantage. They don't have exclusivity like PlayStation did for a long time with certain titles, and Xbox had with other titles where they can sell the games. But they do have.
You're right.
They
to
have
a point
Steam
with
OS.
the exclusivity thing.
They do have Steam OS.
You're right to a point with the exclusivity thing, only because there are plenty of PC games that are not on console. And I'm not. Yes. There's not like any gigantic releases. Like obviously, Halo or even any of the PlayStation stuff you can get on a PlayStation. But there's a ton of indie titles that you can play. There's a literal crap ton of PC games that are backwards compatible, I'm sure. Yeah. And I mean, even if it's not. Even if it doesn't work that way out of the box, I'm sure somebody will figure it out. But you've got a whole backlog of PC games from what, like 3 decades beyond this, 4 decades, somewhere around there. So I think I think it would be a great deal if it was priced around the $400 to $500 mark. Any more than that is going to be a hard sell, just because. It is. Why wouldn't you just get a PlayStation? Why wouldn't you just get an Xbox? If this is specifically a living room PC that is meant to have like a console experience, it's got to be competitively priced.
It's got to be competitive with the console price point. It has to be. I just don't know. I don't know that the days of selling hardware at a loss are still going to be around. I think it might be finally dying.
I think even if they did have to sell this at a loss, it would not matter to the company. And we're putting this up against gigantic companies like Microsoft, where again, it probably doesn't matter. But Valve is a different beast. They own Steam, which takes a cut of every single game that has ever been sold on the platform.
It's basically a money printing machine for them at this point.
Gabe Newell bought a yacht company. Not a yacht, a yacht company. A company that, I don't know if they make yachts. I think they rent them out. But even still, the platform is a bottomless pit of cash. I don't think that they have to worry about it being a loss leader. They just need to be smart about how they're pricing it. And I mean, fair. They're smart. I don't think that anybody over there is stupid, because they have not gotten where they've gotten because they're dumb.
No, absolutely not. And the Steam Deck was a ginormous success. And I don't know that I don't know. I'm sure somebody out there could figure it out. Somebody knows. I don't know if they sold that as a loss leader on the hardware either. They may have just priced it where they just broke even. They may have let it be a loss leader, lost a little bit on the hardware, just because that kicked off a whole new subsegment of gaming. That was a huge success. Now everybody's trying to copy it. And you're right, the biggest competitor that it had at the time was the blessed Switch, and that thing was outdated when it launched.
Even the Switch 2
Steam Deck came out. It's still pretty much outdated. Like, it wasn't much better. And that was years later. So just the simple fact that it just outperformed and kicked its but at every measurable spec or anything that mattered to anybody, battery life, capacity, the fact that you don't have to fork over like $100 for a a Nintendo certified SD card or some BS like that, because they were trying to pull that kind of shenanigans. Or you have to buy like online services to like do library saves or something, like game saves across consoles.
Cloud
or
saves,
like cloud saves. Thank you.
Stupid.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Absolutely stupid.
Ugh. Looks good. It really does look good.
It does. I'm excited for it. I probably won't ever have the need to buy it, but I think that this will be a great thing for everybody, because hopefully this drives down the sort of technical debt that we've built up with PC gaming, because both of us have, like, probably not top of the line, but pretty damn near top of the line computers at this point. And there's still some games where we have to turn down the settings. And I don't want to put all the blame on Unreal Engine 5, but Unreal Engine 5 is just, it's a resource hog. And it's, I feel like with this, with a, like, sort of minimum spec to build games around, to make sure that something is going to run well on this particular machine. There's not going to be any hardware differences between all of the machines. It's going to make it a lot better for everybody else, because we're not all going to have to basically make our computer into a space heater to be able to get a decent frame rate in a brand new game.
Well, they're going to build for the masses. They're going to build for the most common denominator. They're going to build for the average computer and or console experience, whatever the average baseline is. And if the average baseline continues to be, in this case, another, and I'm not knocking it, it's another 6-core CPU, which 4 or 5 years ago, if you listen to certain individuals, it was like, oh, this is not going to work. We need to get off the 6-core train. We need 8+ cores. I'm sorry, my freaking laptop outperforms, and it's a 6-core AMD light processor at that. It's an ultralight division. It's not even a desktop class mobile chip. Outperforms my full fat desktop at work, and that's a 10-core Intel. 10th gen Intel.
Well, 10th gen.
I'm sorry. AMD just rips it. And if that's what we're going to build for, that's perfect. It's the graphics that get a little bit to be desired. And that's kind of the same problem that we have too. But I'm not spending $2,000 because of Nvidia to do an upgrade on that.
That's the problem. I would love to stay with Nvidia, but it feels like every year they announce something, it all just gets more expensive for the top end. We're probably going to have to go AMD for whatever our next upgrade is, just because of the cost factor. Because who wants to pay $600 or $700 for a baseline GPU, for a 60 class GPU? I'm gonna look this up real quick. I want to see what a 5060 is going for right now. We're gonna go to Newegg.
They're like $600.
RTX 5060.
They're $600, and the reason I know this is because we recently got a new design software for my work, and the recommended spec was a 60 series card, and I'm stuck on a Radeon 520. So
Mm.
yeah, that don't work too well, but that's a corporate issue, not my issue. And I about gasped when I saw what they want for 60 series cards. I was
Actually,
ready
the
to slit
5060
my throat.
is going around. There's ones for as low as like $300. Most of
Okay,
them I see are
good.
around
Then
400.
they must have changed recently then.
Well, it is. I think it is also like Black Friday, so that might be
That
affecting
too.
the prices. But I mean, even still, for an entry level card, that's I don't know. That feels pretty egregious to me.
It's still pretty egregious.
Because I'm like 99% sure that that's right around what I paid for my 1070, brand new.
Well, and the thing is they've like a 1060 entry level was a good card.
Well, as long as
2060
you
was,
got the 6
nah.
gig. The
Yes, the
3
6
gig.
gig.
The
The
3
3
gig
gig
was
variant
awful.
did not do well. The 6 gig variant was the way to go. The 20s sucked. The supers were okay. The 30s, everything skyrocketed and COVID hit it and you couldn't get them. The 40 series wasn't much better. And then the 50 series comes out and it's like they're going back to the shenanigans that they played with the 30 series. And it's like overpriced and underperforming garbage.
How do we have a 5080 that's going for over $1,000? The 80 series cards when when I bought my 1070, I don't think they
were
could have
like
been
six,
like
$700.
yeah,
Maybe
and it's
eight
not
for some triple fan fat design.
right.
The EVA the EVGA for the Win 3s or the Gaming X trios from
EVGA.
MSI or yeah. RIP on that one.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway, yeah. I really hope they price this thing competitively, and I hope that it kind of sets the bar for developers as far as like what they're going to be developing for now. They did also announce a new version of the Steam controller, which looks like a million times better. I don't know if you've seen the old one that they had out, where it was just like the touch pads.
Yeah.
That was the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. So thank God they've got actual thumbsticks now, and the touch pads, and there's like 4 programmable back back buttons, whatever, underneath the controller. I think this is going to be a pretty damn nice controller. It might even come close to beating out the Xbox controller.
I was going to say when somebody can come up with something that actually replaces this,
yep, it'll
be a good controller. And yes, I know everybody says, or some, not everybody, some people will argue that the PS5, the DualSense controller is pretty good. I just can't. I can't give up the asymmetrical thumbsticks. I don't like symmetrical thumbsticks.
I don't know. It was okay. I didn't really love it when I was using it, but it was fine. It could have been worse, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's definitely better than say like a GameCube controller or a Nintendo 64 controller. Thank God we never returned to form with any of those. Anyway,
it was okay. The 64 with the why did it have a? I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to say it. Why did it have a dong in the middle? What was that about?
I don't understand how you were supposed to hold it.
I don't know either.
Are you supposed to hold it in the middle and then like hold it on the side, or is it 2 sides, or is it in the middle and then this side? I could never figure out how to use that stupid thing. Like
I couldn't either.
I don't know. It was garbage. But this thankfully looks pretty good. Maybe eventually we'll both get into it. I think for right now the Xbox controller is pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, that's my go-to.
And then the last thing they announced was the new Steam Frame standalone VR headset. So it is not like the Valve Index where it has to be plugged in all the time. And then also, as far as I know, It also, as far as I know, does not have to have any external base stations. Yes, it does that. It's inside-out tracking, so it's just like the MetaQuest. Does not have any base stations that you have to set up. You don't have to have a dedicated room for it. Uh, and it supposedly runs Linux. I think it's runs Steam OS for ARM, which is a brand new thing that they announced. Pretty freaking cool. Um, I like that the battery pack is kind of on like the back of the head, so it's not like I have a MetaQuest. Not that I've used it even close to recently, but it is very front heavy.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels like you've got this giant weight that you're trying to move around when you're using it, which
Yeah.
is kind of why I haven't used it, to be honest. It's not very comfortable. So I think them splitting the battery pack and the screen and everything is going to go a long way to help it being like comfortable weight wise. And I
Yeah.
hope they have some nice squishy pads to put on everything too, because otherwise it's not going to be comfy with all that friggin' hard plastic all
Yeah.
over the place. Um, so specs wise, it's got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 4 nanometer process, 16 gigabytes of LPDDR5 memory, and 256 gig or 1 terabyte UFS option, which I assume is just some sort of flash storage. And it's also got a micro SD slot, which makes sense because the Steam Deck has that too. Two LCD panels at 2160 by 2160 per eye. Refreshes up to 120 hertz with 144 hertz experimental, not bad. 110 degree field of view. And that's pretty. Oh, and it has a USB dongle for PC streaming of VR slash non VR Steam games. Interesting. Okay. Oh, and another thing that they announced: foveated streaming. The easiest way to explain that is it's eye tracking, so it can tell where you're looking inside the image, and it's basically like LOD in a regular 3D game, where far off stuff is detailed or rendered with less detail than stuff that's closer to the camera, because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you have a building with all the details and stuff on it if it's like a mile away or whatever, right? It's
Yeah.
basically the same thing. So it can see where your eye is, and then the rest of the picture in your periphery is rendered with less detail. And
Yeah.
obviously, unless you're like some sort of person with a 2010 vision or whatever it is, better than 2020 vision, you're probably not even going to notice.
Yeah.
So it should help the load, which is going to be considerable with basically two 4K panels on your face. So yeah, interesting. I it looks cool. I like it.
Maybe one day. Maybe this will be the one. I just none of the VR AR stuff is really like floated my boat or anything like that. And a lot of it does get solved with a piece of hardware like this. Inside out tracking. I can't do base stations. I don't have a room set up for it. There's absolutely no way.
No.
And if even if I wanted to, like, there's just no good way to have any of the headsets be connected directly to my PC or anything like that. Like, I don't have a setup that's conducive for anything like that. So this eliminating a lot of those small obstacles could help it a lot. I think the big thing's just going to be, they talked about the 120, maybe 140 for experimental, 140 experimental, whatever the exact number was. Do they fix any of the issues, the micro stutter, anything that breaks the experience enough that it can induce any kind of either headaches or motion sickness or anything like that? Because I'm gotten to the point where I can't read books or play games or diddle on the phone in a car anymore. If I'm not the one driving, keeping my head focused on the road. I can't do it anymore. As a kid, it never bothered me. So I worry about that. Like, I'm going to spend this amount of money on a piece of hardware like that should be cool, and then like 10 minutes in and I've got just this nauseating headache that just breaks the whole experience. Like, that's the last key worry that I have. So
Yeah,
but there's
I'm
not
with you.
much you can do about that either. Like, it's a thing. It's a me thing. It's my brain and my senses not getting along with each other, and it's not their fault.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say until it comes out and people start doing benchmarks and everything. I am with you in that there's not a whole ton of like VR stuff that interests me. Um, I the
Half-Life
one
Alex,
thing
anyone?
that I've seen and that I've played and I've actually liked was Beat Saber. Beat Saber is fun. I'm god awful at it. I can't do anything more than like the easy level. Maybe
Yeah.
one day. Maybe one day if I get enough practice.
Yeah.
But as is, I'm awful at it. But it's still fun. It's still fun.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it when I played it.
I feel like I would like that too.
It's fun. It's fun. I just really hope, like we said, that there's gonna be a big focus on the pricing. Because the VR thing is whatever, because there's not really any good VR sets that are decently priced. I think the MetaQuest 3 is like $300 or $400 or something like that.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, that's all right. But I don't know. We'll see. I just hope that they price the Steam machine correctly.
Yeah, I feel like that's the one that they're going to have to push hard. If they may have to really push hard on the controller too, if they want people to use that controller. It either has to be really, 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 really good, and therefore the price is justified if they go with a premium price. Like, controllers were a standard $60 for a long time, but now we're getting into the $90 and $120 nonsense.
Yeah.
God forbid they priced it at a premium product. Well, if they do, then it needs to be a premium product, and it needs to be something that can convince me that it is worth it not to just get an Xbox or a PlayStation controller. The VR one, I think they can kind of name their own thing. Like, yeah, there is competition, but it's a lot less.
The Valve Index was like so beyond anything else that I think they've kind of built themselves up for it to be like they can do whatever they want at this point.
I think so too. All right. So, prices be damned. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of others who shall be damned, oh, goody, goody, goody. It seems like we always try to find something to terrorize AT&T with. I don't know if it's my love-hate relationship with them, or it's just the stupidity that they manage to pull every single time. Now we've gone to falsely promising everyone, and here's the key phrase, every one keyword, a free iPhone. Well, it broke some rules, and they're getting penalized for it. The BBB, Nationals Program's appellate arm of the National Advertising Review Board, has recommended that AT&T modify its advertising because it conveyed a false message of universal eligibility for a free iPhone device offer. The key complaint is that they used everyone. The advertisement used the phrase, learn how everyone gets an iPhone 16 Pro on us, but didn't explicitly say or disclaim that there are certain plans that weren't going to be eligible for it.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
Which I've seen that happen before. They've also done things like that in the past, like, oh, we'll give you like a watch or something like that, but you have to set up for this plan to do it, or something stupid like that. And
Yeah,
they keep changing their plans every time. Anyways.
That was a big thing when I was doing the selling the cell phones a little while ago. Was you really had to pay attention to, and it's not just AT&T that does this. Let's be clear, all of them do it. It's just AT&T was obviously advertising incorrectly that everybody could get it. There are certain plans, like the really cheap plans, that aren't eligible for upgrades or certain speeds, or there's a whole host of things that the cheaper plans don't necessarily get in on. But as long as it's properly advertised, it's fine. It is what it is. But you definitely had to keep an eye on it, because you couldn't go promising, hey, you can get this phone for free, but you can also get this super cheap plan to go along with it. So you're basically paying nothing for this expensive phone and your cell phone bill. Doesn't really work that way, unfortunately.
No, it doesn't. And, you got to be really careful when you're dealing with their salespeople, too. It's like, oh, it's free, but it's not. Like, my phone, my new phone, because I went ahead and spent the money to the tax anyways that you have to pay, spent the money to go ahead and trade in my father's old Pixel 6a. It's a good deal. Traded in his Pixel 6a for a new Pixel 10 Pro XL. Well, since I was going to have to trade in a device and use my line to upgrade it, because AT&T still hasn't fixed that whole debacle, which is a whole nother story we could get into. Since I had to use my line's upgrade, I was like, well, then I'm getting the stupid phone instead of just giving it to him, which I was okay with. It's fine. It's the same as the 8 was. I mean, there's no difference. It's a little bit better on the camera, sure, but whatever. I was actually going to keep a phone for longer than 2 years, and AT&T shafted me from keeping it this time. Ridiculousness. And it's not. It's not actually free. If you cancel the plan or something like that, the trade-in credits monthly too. So I get charged monthly for the new phone at $30-something a month, but then get credited for the trade-in at whatever the same amount is. I cancel the plan, I lose all that trade-in credit too.
Yep.
So I'm stuck.
That's how they get you.
3 years, because they did it at a 3-year term instead of a 2-year term, because they want you as a customer for that much longer. Stuck for 3 years because of that device.
Well, that's how they get you.
Same thing for the watch.
So my parents are actually looking for new phones as well. They have T-Mobile. I went on their website. They have so many phones that they're offering for free.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I think they were offering a Pixel 10 Pro for $0 a month.
Yeah.
As long as you stuck with them for 2 years.
Okay. I was going to say, what's the catch?
Exactly. Yeah. That's the thing. Nowadays, I don't think they legally can bind you in a contract for the actual, like, phone plan anymore.
No.
You can cancel that whenever. They keep you in it by offering you this brand new phone, this expensive phone, for nothing, as long as you stay with them for 2 years, which honestly, not that big of a deal.
I was going to anyways. Like, I'm not that worried about it. It's either them or somebody else that posts the same thing, and then I got to migrate multiple phones, and it's not worth it.
Exactly.
And they know it, which is why they do the crap that they do.
Yep.
But that's also why I absolutely love when they get the absolute can kicked out from underneath them.
And the nice thing is we were never going to fall for this iPhone 16 thing, because both of us have Androids. So I wasn't looking for that.
Careful, you'll alienate about 80 to 90% of the U.S. population if you go after the iPhone user. So
iPhones suck.
It's usually me that makes that mistake. But yeah,
I don't like the iPhone. I hate it. You know that. I've tried to get my wife to move away from the iPhone so many times. It's not even funny.
I can't stand this. It's a perfectly good iPhone in this house that I've kept because of my mother. And you know she can't use it anymore. Yep. Every time I go to use that thing to just keep it up to date, just because I'm a good son, I suppose. I don't know why I just don't drop it in the toilet where it belongs. It's like living hell. I can't. Every time it's like, why do you do this?
It's awful. It's really bad.
It's so obscure and obnoxious to use. You go to find a setting and it's like, why is it not in the app? Oh, because it's in the settings menu under app settings, and that's how they all work. Except that's not how they all work. There are actually some settings in some apps.
Yep. Sure. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Garbage. Whatever you say.
Garbage. Couldn't
be that all of the settings for your phone should be in the settings app. Easily searchable.
Heaven forbid.
God forbid.
Searchable. I want to know how to change the brightness on my screen because it's gotten as much as I love Android. They're getting a little obtuse lately as well. Some of the settings are getting a little bit obtuse and hard to find as well. I can still search for the damn thing. What subsetting did they hide it under this time? Because they've added yet another layer to it. Because they're getting a little thick in the layers in the UI lately as well. But at least I can search the damn thing. The only downside to this whole story, unfortunately, is that the NARB is not a government agency. So it's not like we can stipulate a lot of fines or anything like that. It still carries a reputational risk to AT&T. I don't know that they care about their reputation anymore, to be completely honest.
Probably not.
So they might not care.
They're one of, 4 or 5 big telecom agencies at this point? AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Spectrum. I guess, what is it? Cox Communications? I don't even know what that would... I know there's a bunch of smaller broadband companies out there too, but I don't know. They're so big at this point. It's going to take literal government action, splitting them up, to do anything to them.
We need another Baby Bell era. We need Ma Bell to get broken down into bits and teeny tiny pieces, and we need another. Microsoft can't do what they do with the internet browser bundling that they did with Explorer and everything else. Yeah, we need a lot of that for a lot of companies these days because it's getting quite ridiculous.
Anyway, all that to say, AT&T sucks yet again. I think that should be the new tagline for this podcast instead of the internet's stupidest podcast or something.
Gotta be careful though. They control my internet, so I might not get it out there.
Well, now they know. Now they know, David.
Oh, they knew. Come on, they knew. They track everything, anyways.
Probably, yeah. Honestly. Next, we have a Reddit story with the title, "I M21 caught my girlfriend F22 in a lie that would have gotten my little sister in big trouble."
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, don't have any... Oh, the original post was February 24th, 2015, and I guess there's a couple of updates. Only one update. Anyway, to get to the point, my little sister lives with me since about 4 months ago because my mom's house is not a good place for children. A long story for another subreddit. So my sister has been good so far, way better grades in school. She's happier and she has a new interest in sports and normal kid things. So we are kind of a happy bunch except for one thing. My girlfriend is not thrilled that my little sister lives with us. It has made her extremely resentful towards my mom for being such a whatever she is. And my mom deserves it. But I spoke to my girlfriend about not letting my sister know how she feels so she doesn't feel unwanted. But this has not been the case, I found out. My sister has chores that she has to do, and she has additional chores that she does that earn her money for extra things like going to movies or going for yogurt with her friends. Nothing big, no child labor laws are being violated or anything. But from the beginning, my sister has missed out on doing some of her basic chores, cleaning her room, her bathroom, making her bed, vacuuming, some kitchen stuff. My girlfriend was constantly doing it to pick up the slack and letting me know about it. I kept my sister home from some things she wanted to do with her friends and was even more mad that she would lie and deny that she didn't clean her bathroom, example. I came home several times to find my sister outside playing with friends, only to walk inside and find my girlfriend making her bed or cleaning her bathroom. My sister flat out started accusing my girlfriend of lying, but not to her face, just privately to me. Then on Saturday, I came home after grocery shopping. I asked my sister to put away all the groceries in their right place. I had to run back to the store. I went to the backyard to grab some tools out of my shed that I needed to return to my friend on my way to the store. While I was on the phone with my friend from my backyard, I could see my sister put away all the groceries. Then she got picked up by her friend's mom for a birthday party. I was in the backyard longer than expected and saw my girlfriend walk into the kitchen after my sister left and literally pull out all of the groceries from the fridge, cupboards, and everywhere else and stuff it back into the bags. I wasn't sure what was going on. I was so in denial that I guess I didn't immediately figure it out. I actually went out the side gate and drove to my friend's. I was at his house. My girlfriend calls me and tells me that my little sister left to the birthday party and left all the groceries out everywhere in the kitchen. I don't know why, but I was so distracted that day that I didn't figure it out until I got the call. I have no excuse for that other than I had a lot on my mind last weekend. I briefly told my friend, male 50s, about this. He was like, "You have to break up with this girl, Mad." I really am in love with my girlfriend, but this is kind of big. Because it makes my sister's past claims suddenly seem true. To conclude, here I came home, and my girlfriend was putting the groceries away that my sister had purposely neglected to do. I was so shocked that I watched her finish the chore without saying a word as she went off about me not being able to parent properly and imply my sister needs a different place to stay. I confronted her after she was done, but I can't even remember the reason she gave me. I was dizzy from just pure disbelief. I know that groceries is not that big of a deal, but my head was just spinning as my girlfriend cried and told me she was trying to prove her otherwise valid point. I asked her to leave for a few days, but now I'm feeling guilty and confused at what was the right thing to do. She has been calling me, and I don't want to drag this one forever without a decision for everybody's sake, but I have zero idea what to do. Edit, my girlfriend has lived with me for almost a year. Edit, after typing this and reading this over, it hit me way harder how insane this is. I just need to put pen to paper, and it decluttered me somehow. I'm more relaxed and I see clearly. I know exactly what I have to do and want to do. Thanks for all the comments. I didn't mean to sound so clueless. Too long, didn't read. My girlfriend tried to frame my little sister into getting in trouble with me for not doing chores. Some top relevant comments. Question: does your girlfriend live with you? If she does, can you make that clearer in your post? So I'm going to write this assuming that she does live with you, because that's what it sounds like. How did your sister come to live with you? Was she forced onto you guys? Did you offer to take your sister in? Did you ever discuss any of this with your girlfriend? Your girlfriend might be feeling resentful because she feels like she had no say if your sister was going to live with you guys. This in turn caused her to lash out in ways and try to get rid of your sister. I'm not trying to defend your girlfriend because I don't think that what she did was right, but taking your post at face value, you took in another house member without discussing it with your girlfriend. The only way to move forward is to actually talk to your girlfriend. Maybe she has other concerns about your sister living with you guys. Can you guys afford having a dependent? These are all things you guys need to talk about. You also need to confront her for lying. She may not enjoy having your sister around, but that gives her no right to try and frame your sister for not doing her chores. Okay, yeah, she lives with me. I'll change that on the post. Little background: my mom is a meth addict. My dad died 6 years ago. My mom has turned her house into a party house. I enlisted but got hurt and discharged 7 months in. I came home to find my sister living in a very bad place, and she was completely miserable. She asked to go live with me. I bribed my mom into letting me have legal custody of my sister, which was not cheap or as simple as I thought it would be. But that's done, and undoing that is not an option. My girlfriend does not work, and yes, I can afford to support both of them. Next comment: you probably shouldn't live with anyone while raising your sister, considering you are so young yourself. Your young age already makes for an already awkward, difficult time, and adding another person into the mix that you are not in a long-term relationship or marriage with is a bad idea. You didn't mention the length of your relationship, but I'm assuming you haven't been together that long. We were together for for just barely over a year. But I completely agree with you. I will not get a girlfriend again, maybe just casual dating, but I can't bring another person home ever again until my sister is gone in college, hopefully. She is making you, next comment, she is making you try to choose her over your sister. She is nuts, and you are far too young to settle for someone who is so backwards. She has issues. This is almost word for word what my friend said. Next comment, your girlfriend is gaslighting you and your sister. She is jealous and attacking an 11-year-old girl. Kick her to the curb. Last comment, 1, dump girlfriend. 2, take parenting class. 3, congratulate yourself on being a wonderful brother. 4, take sister out for ice cream and tell her you love her. Wow. That was a lot. I'm not really surprised about the meth addict part, though. About the
no. I kind of figured that one out.
Yeah.
It was either going to be drugs or it was going to be some sort of physical and or God forbid other abuse. Mental, physical abuse or the other one. Good thing it was. Good thing it was just the drugs, I suppose. But not good. Not good. Not okay. Jeez. Oh, Lord have mercy. Final update, 3 days later. I'll begin with the easy part, a quick update. I drove to my ex's parents' house on Tuesday and took her the rest of her stuff. It started out bumpy because her dad met me on the driveway and argued with me about what he sees as my sister being a spoiled brat and turning me against his daughter. As soon as I started losing it and raising my voice, my ex ran out and sent him inside the house. I told her we're over and I'm moving on. She made some empty threats, but I just told her to do what she has to do and walked away. That night, I took the suggestion repeated here to take my sister for ice cream and apologize. She chose Froyo's instead Froyo's instead as usual. So we went there and explained how sorry I am and how sorry I was that. Good God. Oh, sorry. So we went there and I explained how sorry I was and that I will do better. Good grief, so shall I. I told her that I totally believed her. She was happy to hear everything I had to say. It makes a huge difference to a child when you give a sincere apology, I could tell. She even texted a couple of her friends to gloat that my ex was gone. Okay, now the hard part. Wednesday, I took her to the park to kick the soccer ball around and to have an overdue talk with her. I asked her about my ex, and she told me that she was mistreated by her more than I knew about. She had a lot to say about her at the time at Mom's house during the time when I was away. I didn't know how hard it was for her when I enlisted and left. That was hard to hear. It was kind of a move to get myself out of the situation with zero thought to leaving her behind. The short version is that we have all failed her badly. She didn't say it, but just everything she has to say about how things have gone down around her made it clear. When I was first discharged, I got a good job working for the city, but I was drinking every weekend and my house was the hangout spot for my friends, and that's how I met my ex. I was even drinking a lot of weeknights. I didn't immediately take my sister with me, even though I knew about how my mom was living. My wake-up call was when my sister called me because the cops were there looking for mom to question her and her boyfriend. That was when I finally cleaned up, rented a house close to my sister's school, and brought her to live with me. She doesn't remember that I waited so long to bring her with me. She remembers it as if I acted quickly, which is totally false, and makes me look way better than I was. It was really shocking and brutal to hear things from her perspective. She has been through more than I can have imagined. She is a very strong person. So definitely no more girlfriends for me for a long time. That was an emotionally expensive lesson to learn with everything that my sister had to go through while I was being blind and dumb. I'm going to wait and literally become a monk until she is in college. She gets so many straight A's and some B's here and there. She has a bright future. Edit. I'm sure I'll date somebody again. Right now, I'm not ready. Not even close. I might be a few months away from changing my mind, but a couple of years is more likely. TLDR, my girlfriend was mean to my awful sister. I broke up with her. She's gone forever. My sister and I are closer, and I'll be better.
My girlfriend was mean and awful to my sister. Not
What
mean
did I
to
say?
my awful sister.
Oh, sorry. Whatever. Mean to my awful. It's all the sister's fault. She did it. She manipulated everybody.
Okay. Top comments from this post. Hugs. See about getting a good counselor for your sister to help her vent about your mom. She's going to internalize that as abandonment, and it can really mess up a person once they hit adolescence. You want to avoid that. As a formerly single mom, dating is fine as long as you're smart about it. Make certain your sister has activities, band, swimming, Girl Scouts, etc. Those are your date nights. She has a sleepover at a friend's house. Encourage them. You have one at your house with your girlfriend. Don't introduce anyone until you've been dating them for over 6 months and getting serious, as in really serious. I can see myself getting married and having kids serious. Summer camps are great for opening up weekends at a time to get to know someone. Having a cousin who she can visit for a week over spring/fall break can help too. You're doing a good job. OP replies to that saying, I got help with finding a counselor that is really good for her. She has a ton of abandonment issues, starting from my dad to my mom to me to going off when I enlisted. Literally everybody she loves walked out on her at one point or another. Next comment: don't beat yourself up. You could still be getting wasted every day and not giving a bleh about your little sister. You're doing the best that you can, and it's seriously much more than many other people do. Dwelling on past mistakes won't help you and your sister for the future. You've done well by getting rid of the psycho. Now move on. Have you thought about therapy for you both? OP replies to that. My sister is going to start seeing a child development counselor next week. She's married to my sister's math teacher's cousin. She agreed to help and see my sister pro bono until I change her medical insurance to a plan that her practice accepts. I'm not planning on seeing anybody myself right now. Maybe later once things settle. I'm not sure I have time right now. Next comment: I'm so proud of you for handling this so well and of your little sister. I strongly urge you to find your sister a therapist, private, subsidized, and maybe something connected to her school or a support group so she'll be able to talk to a professional about all this. Also encourage her to talk to you about this. I also recommend you Google Toxic Parents PDF, as it's a great book available online for free, and it might help you to understand yourself and your sister, to help yourself and her. Also, I suggest you Google No More Mr. Nice Guy PDF, another great book available online for free. Get a free consultation with a lawyer to determine what steps you must undertake to save your little sister from her mother or being put in a foster home. Best wishes. OP replies to that: thanks, I'll look up those books, but I did get a lawyer, so I had that so I could become her legal guardian. Court papers had to be filed. There were 3 court hearings, and then my mom had to sign off. It was a huge process where an investigator came to my house to inspect it and interview me. The court appointed an attorney to represent my sister. A lot had to be done. I bribed my mom so I make her car payment still so she would sign off. This was my attorney's idea. Otherwise, I would have to rat on my mom for drug use to CPS, and my sister would have gone to a foster home temporarily before I could get her. Then my mom could fake a recovery and take her back. It would have been too much back and forth for my sister. So even though I'm still paying legal fees to my attorney, I had to pay some court fees too. I keep a friendly relationship with my mom and give her money sometimes to keep her happy. I know she uses the money on drugs, but sometimes you have to swallow bad pills to get to where you need to. Next comment: you are very awesome, brother. Thank you so much for saving your sister. If I might ask, how else was she being mean to her that you don't know about? I think it would help people in other similar situations, especially those whose kids have step-parents who don't like them. Was there anything in retrospect you could say, yeah, I should have noticed that? OP replies to that saying, I would give just one piece of advice if anybody is in my situation. Pull your sister aside every single day and ask her what all happened that day. I came home from work late sometimes and would test my girlfriend to cook something for my sister. Now I find out that when my sister was hungry, she would go to the kitchen, make herself something, and my ex would turn her away and tell her snacking was not allowed until I came home so we could eat together. Then I would come home and she would tell me that she didn't cook anything because my sister had told her she wasn't hungry. She would tell me this right in front of my sister. My sister would keep a lot to herself because she was afraid to make waves. So you'd have to talk to her daily and ask her what all happened during the time you're not home. There were other things I would rather not even type, but a lot of it was along the same line. That's crazy. Wow. That is so blatant. I mean, I don't blame the sister for not wanting to speak up because she's the one that's got to live with this lady while he's at work. But like,
Yeah.
wow.
I feel like a lot of why he didn't notice these things. It wasn't that he was being blind or anything like that. Yeah, okay, he's inexperienced. He's 21 years old. Like, okay, cut the guy some slack. But I think he was just as manipulated under this
Yeah,
wench of a person as the
absolutely.
little sister was. Like, oh my god.
And I mean, 21 is even young to start having like your own kids, but to have a basically a teenager thrust
Yeah,
upon you,
when
put
you're
into the
not
middle of your
really
life.
out of teenager years yourself. Like,
Exactly. It's kind of hard, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what she's been going through, what she's going through now. And he's right. He probably should have just talked to her more about it, but I can't put the blame all on him because she was obviously manipulating him that entire time too.
yeah, and if you're being told, oh, she's fine, she was taken care of, she wasn't hungry, this that, like, it's not like he was leaving her abandoned with somebody. Like, he thought he could trust this person. Clearly, he couldn't. And that's a mistake I'm sure that he will never make again. But like, oh my gosh, she had to be brainwashing him just as bad. This guy was whipped,
Yeah,
and not in
yeah.
a good way either. Like, oh my gosh.
Next comment. I know it may have taken you longer than you wished to help your sister, but the point is you did. All your sister remembers is her calling you because there was trouble and you stepping in to help her. At your age, I would have not have been financially or emotionally stable enough to do what you've done. I think you're an amazing person with a good head on your shoulders who obviously loves your sister very much. I'm happy to hear about your update. I'm amazed her father reacted that way because if I did what your ex did, my father would have lost all respect for me. Who knows what she's told him though? Good luck, and I wish you the best. OP replies to that. Well, to be honest, I was not ready at all financially. I had two roommates and was still wasting my whole paycheck on drinking and partying. I saved $0. When my sister called me, it took a while to save money to rent a house. And then I didn't have money for legal fees of becoming her legal guardian, so I had to finance a lot. I had a good job and was still a total mess financially when she asked me to take her with me. So overnight, I had to go from wasting every dollar I made to total detail budgeting. I never knew how to do that. Excuse me. OP replied to a deleted comment. There are issues. There are a couple of teachers that have stepped up big already, so I have that base covered as far as girl growing up issues. Another user replies to that. Hey OP, I know you didn't really want to broach it in either post, but I'm just curious. Do you have custody of your sister? Are you now her legal guardian? You're doing a freaking awesome thing and being an incredible brother. I would just hate to see your mom have a change of heart and decide she wants her daughter back and you not having many legal options to stop it. I'm not versed with that kind of law or anything, but you hear horror stories about how easy it is for abusive parents to get their kids back sometimes, and I would love for both you and your sister's sakes, for it to end up like that. Oh, and I think he means I would hate for both you and your sister's sakes for it to end up like that. OP replies to that. Yeah, I just commented somewhere about the process in the court hearings, and even bribing my mom to sign off on it. But I am her legal guardian. A lot led up to this, and a lot has happened. But I would have to type 10 pages to tell it all, so I left out a lot. Last comment that we've got. Maybe I've watched too many TV dramas, but what do you mean by bribing your mom to sign over custody? Couldn't she just say she was bribed and create a legal mess if she ever decided to take your sister back? She could, but that would get her in the most trouble. I did everything with legal advice of an attorney. My mom doesn't want my sister back, so I don't know why she would go back on her word now. She likes her freedom to live with her boyfriend with no responsibility. She's happy as long as I give her $20 here and there whenever she calls, which is not that often. I don't think I have anything to worry about there. She might be lying to me, but my mom is happy that my sister is doing better with me.
I can see where some of the people are more concerned about making sure that he has legal guardianship, to make sure that that's like ironclad.
Yeah.
That stuff's hard though, and I mean, who knows when this was actually posted? Does it give a date? or
It
the
was
original
2015.
post? Oh, well.
February 24th, 2015.
At some point, it doesn't really matter what age you are or what the parents want. There are legal ways to get emancipated if she's not providing a sound home, if there was issues with drug abuse and things like that.
Yeah.
There are a ton of ways to make sure that this kid stays safe, and having a legal blood relative have custody is something that nobody is going to overturn without a serious, long investigation to make sure that everything is safe. It's not like she was in a foster home or something like that, where it's a little bit more of a like, okay, we need to make sure that this is in the guard's best interest, the minor's best interest, but she's with her brother. I think it would have been okay, but I can see where they're coming at.
Yeah,
doesn't matter now. If it was 2015, she's over 18 now.
She's she would be like 21 now.
21. Yeah, she'd be her brother's age. So
I hope she's doing okay. Next, we've got our trailers section of the podcast. If you guys haven't seen it before, I'll give a quick rundown. We are going to watch all of the trailers that we've brought for you today. We've got 4 specifically. After we watch it, we'll talk about it, and we will give a rating based on the trailer itself. Whether we wouldn't watch the movie, whether we would watch it in the theater, whether we would wait for a rental, or whether we would wait for it to drop on streaming like Netflix or HBO Max or what have you. First one up is Toy Story 5, a teaser trailer.
Bonnie, there's a package for you.
I must be misremembering the end of 4. Did Woody not stay with Bo Peep?
No, he did. I think I heard somebody explain it. So I think what happens in the grand scheme of things, story-wise, is they get the tablet first, and then Jesse reaches out somehow to Bo Peep or Woody and gets him to come back because they're wanting to figure out how to get Bonnie to play with all her toys again instead of just spending all her time on the tablet.
Okay. Reminds me, I love how they did Lily. Somebody at Disney better make sure that they don't step on anything with this one, because there was a leapfrog system back in the early 2000s that was like, it wasn't a screen, obviously, but it was like this plastic bookcase, basically, a clamshell package kind of thing, where you would buy different books that would have different pictures and stuff, and it would have an accompanying cartridge, and the cartridge would program the sensors that you would touch the pen. That way it would know what you're touching based off of what cartridge is in, which was supposed to be paired with the book. Reminds me of that, except it's a screen, but they called it Lily, and it's a frog, and a little too close there, I think.
They're probably. I mean, realistically, who's gonna win that battle? LeapPad, the educational toy company, or Disney, the gigantic media conglomerate? I mean, I don't know.
How much do we need to bribe these lawyers, huh?
I think that they would have a case, maybe. But do they want to go up against a court case with Disney and all their money and all their lawyers that could drag out God knows how many years?
No, but if I was somebody at Disney, I would have made it clearly obvious that it was something different.
I mean, it's different enough. I mean, yeah, it's a frog, it's Lily, but their thing was called LeapPad, so it's fine. It's good enough, I guess.
Hilarious.
I don't know. I don't think there's enough for me to say
no.
whether I would go see it or not. I'm going to say that I would wait for this to drop on streaming because obviously it's going to come out on Disney Plus.
Yep.
Only because I'm not sure. I liked Toy Story 4, but I feel like it was wholly unnecessary. Like, quite honestly.
Yeah.
If they would have left it where Toy Story 3 was, I would have been fine.
I would have been totally fine with that.
Yeah. But
we got the goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was fine. The toys were with Bonnie. Let the imagination go where the imagination goes. And then we bring back Bo Peep and we do everything that we did for 4. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Why did we do this?
I don't know. I don't really understand it, but it's fine, I guess.
I mean, I know why. The clear, obvious. I'm going to stop saying yachts. I mean, I like the Gabe Newell reference where it's yacht company. It's gonna be islands for me from now on. I need another island in my war chest here. How many more islands can I buy with the making of this movie?
I don't know. It's never enough. It's never enough.
It's not.
But yeah, hopefully we get another trailer. It's a couple months down the line, and we'll get some more information on exactly what we're going to get. For now, I think I'm gonna wait just because I don't know. Next trailer that we've got is for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Did you watch the original one?
I did once. I've forgotten the majority of it, but I did.
Me too. Yeah. This looks interesting. I don't know. I like it. I think it's gonna be good.
Is it going to be movie theater good, or is this going to be streaming?
That's the thing. See, okay. I don't know that it's movie theater good, but I would probably go see it in the theaters because I know that my children are going to like it because they loved the first one.
Yeah.
Personally, I would probably wait for it to drop on streaming. Just because the first one didn't blow me out of the way. Quite honestly, the Sonic movies are better, in my opinion, than the Mario movie was. Especially the last one, Sonic 3. Me and my kids went to go see that in the theaters. Beautiful. Especially when they started doing all the music from Sonic Adventure 2. Mwah. So good. So good. So, yeah, I don't know. Probably wait for streaming. Next trailer is the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants.
Long ago, one sailor fell under a wicked curse. The only way to lift this curse is to find the world's most innocent soul.
I'm sorry. That is not a movie that I need to see in 3D.
No. Why?
I'm not sure that's a movie I need to see at all.
Why? Okay. There were a couple moments in the trailer that were funny. Like the brick thing.
They're bricks.
The 2 brick things. That was pretty funny. Why do we need another SpongeBob SquarePants? There's like 80 of them at this point.
I know. And I haven't seen any of them.
I saw the original one, the one with David Hasselhoff. And that was it. I haven't seen a single one.
I think I maybe saw that one.
You probably did. Because they showed it on TV a lot when it came out, too.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to see this.
Old SpongeBob was good.
Yeah.
And everything since then has been garbage, and this falls under garbage.
Well, okay. Next one. We have good luck, have fun, don't die.
Hey! This isn't a robbery! I am from the future! And all of this goes horribly wrong.
I'm not really sure what that fever dream that I just watched was.
I'm not sure either.
Did we... I don't know. It looks interesting, but...
This can best be described, anybody who remembers watching the film 2012. This can be best described as a fever dream straight from Charlie when he gets ash clouded to death by Yellowstone, when that all erupts. That's what this can be best described as. This is his life, his alternate life flashing before his eyes as his ass is incinerated. Quite literally, because his pants are halfway down, because he got knocked on his butt by the giant explosion that happened. The shockwave and everything. That's what this is.
Yeah, I have no words. Like, quite honestly, I legitimately do not know what the hell just went on in that trailer.
I don't know either.
We got a bunch of time travel stuff, but then we also have a giant horse and a plot about AI taking over, maybe. So it's like Skynet, but
with a triangle, which means, I don't know, Illuminati? A pyramid, I should say.
Sure, yeah.
I
don't know. It's interesting enough that I wouldn't say that I would not go see it, but I'm not spending money on it. I would wait for it to drop on a streaming service if I watched it at all.
This is going to be one of those rate for reviews for me. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's the other one we were missing. That's what I thought. Oh well. Wait for a review. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that too. Wait for a review.
What did you think?
I don't know. We hadn't been saying that the last 3 episodes.
I don't know what you've been saying. You forgot the formula.
Yeah, I did. I told you I did the first time we did it again. Maybe I'll remember it next time. Anyways, yeah, wait for a review on this one. I don't know. That's it. That's all I got.
Broke his own formula. The man don't know what's going on anymore.
No, I don't. All right. That is it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're on YouTube, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you're listening on a whatever podcasting platform you happen to be listening on, leave us 5 stars. And yeah, we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.